Early this day I said I do, but to me that means I will. I will be with you and stand by your side in good and bad. I dedicate myself to your happiness, success, and smile. I will always protect you from harm and stand with you against your troubles. I chose you and promise to always choose you as my husband every day we wake.
I vow to gugma ikaw. Through every struggle and every challenge life presents, to never surrender, never give up, never relent.
Dignos, did you come here of your own free will to bind yourself forever in the love and service of your husband?
Yes.
My heart, what is it that you do?
Daniel Edward Wilson, did you come here of your own free will to bind yourself forever in the love and service of your wife?
Yes, I do.
The moon needs the sun, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire.
Elsa Dignos,
Elsa Dignos,
I give you
this
this ring,
ring,
wear it
wear it
as a reminder
of my vows
of love,
of love, fidelity,
commitment,
commitment,
and that
and that
you can trust me
you can trust me
all the days
all the days
of my life.
of my life.
You set my world on fire. You set my
Daniel Edward Wilson,
Daniel Edward Wilson,
I
give you
this ring,
this ring, wear it
as a reminder
as a reminder
of my vows
of my vows
of love,
of love,
fidelity,
fidelity,
commitment,
commitment,
and that
you can trust me
all the days
all the days
of my life.
of my life.
like the moon is the sun, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire.
I vow to gugma ikaw. No matter where goes the journey, to always try and be happy, holding, loving, learning.
You'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire.
I will love you forever, my baby. Let's make this day last forever. And to my baby girl, Lexa, who's not in here, I love you with all my heart, and I will promise to take care of you and your future siblings.
I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old.
I vow to gugma ikaw and create with you a world built to our own design, where the laughs will forever outweigh the cries.
You set my world on fire. Come a little closer, I wanna dance with you. Everything's moving slower, I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at you all night.
I vow to gugma ikaw as your man, your groom, until the very last flower has dropped its very last blow.
It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love.
I vow to gugma ikaw as our children and children's children are born. Long after we are Lola and Lolo, tired and worn.
Do you want this too? Cause you've been looking at me all night, trying to figure me out. I just wanna let you know, and I ain't playing no games, baby, you won't change. I only want you. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love.
All have a wonderful day and you're all doing well. So to our new viewers, please click the green button on top of this video to send your instant message. So topic for tonight, new opening travel requirements and life with COVID now in the Philippines. Our guest for tonight is Daniel, Don Marco, Rob, and Steph, of course. So just FYI, guys, we actually have 2 offices in Cebu City. So let me introduce our guest tonight, Don Marco. Don Marco, wave a little bit. Hi. So Don Marco is in charge of our client services office there in Cebu. He's the man that's going to make sure you're taken care of when you get there, and especially considering all the challenges he had to face for the past 2 years. COVID, Typhoon, he's doing great and keeping things going there for us.
How you doing, Don Marco?
Doing good. Still alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. And Daniel. Hi, Daniel.
Howdy.
Daniel is our general manager of our support office there in Cebu. Daniel is actually an American, as you can see. Originally from Mississippi, right?
I had no idea. Yes, I'm from Mississippi.
Okay. Now you're actually been living in Cebu for several years now.
Yeah, that's correct.
And you have your own romantic story that the guys might be interested to hear. Is it true?
You're,
That is true.
you actually took advantage of some of the perks of working for AFA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about
Well-
your story.
Well, essentially what happened was it was actually the first night of the socials, and it was a room full of about 100 to 150 women. I can't remember how many. And I took one look at my wife, and I said, she's girlfriend material. And then on the second night of the socials, I walked up to her and I said, if I don't get your number, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. And yeah, we've gone from there. So we've been married. We got married in July of last year. Been together ever since then. So it's been an interesting ride.
To be clear, she was at both socials, but there's a reason for that.
Well, yeah, she worked for Don Marco.
Yeah. Don Marco does our client services. He's the one you guys, when you travel over there, you'll meet Don Marco. He'll take care of you. Daniel's office is more of a support office with the websites and other admin duties. But his wife, Elsa, actually works for Don Marco. So if guys were wondering, I just thought I'd clarify that. So how did it all pan out? Pretty good, huh?
Well, I mean, we're married, been married for 6 months and expecting our first child. So I'd say all in all, it's pretty good so far.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
Baby on the way.
Baby on the way.
Yep.
Well, let's get some of the exciting information you guys are here to help us with, right? So, first question for Daniel. What is the entry requirements in the Philippines now?
So the entry requirements have changed as of February 10th. Right now, if you're fully vaccinated, it's actually a lot easier to get into the Philippines. There's visa fee travel, visa on arrival. If you're fully vaccinated, you will no longer be subject to quarantine. You just have to have a RT-PCR test from within 48 hours of departure. And you have to self-monitor for symptoms after arrival. The Philippines recognizes your vaccination card from the U.S. is proof of vaccination status. So if you're unvaccinated, it's a little bit more complicated. You will be subject to quarantine. They'll swab test you when you get here. They'll release the results after a while, and they'll swab test you again on the 5th day, and you'll have to home quarantine for up to 14 days. So it's a lot more open, especially if you're fully vaccinated.
Is there something you want to add up then, Marco?
Yes. They also require an insurance, health insurance, that you have to make sure that COVID-19 is covered in that insurance, so you can get it in your local doctor, or you just ask your airline if they have an insurance together with your ticket. And also, you have to register yourself to One Health Pass. It's an online registration. I'll give to Ronna the link about it. And one thing about the test, the COVID test, is that you have to make sure that it is a RC-PCR test. It's not an antigen test, because the government doesn't approve the antigen test, only the RC-PCR.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Good information.
Yeah. So guys, you will have to prepare everything before going to the Philippines or before even taking your departure plane. So for Daniel, do we need to take a COVID test at the airport on arrival?
From what I've seen from the governmental sources and the Mactan Cebu airport, you do not need to take a swab test at the airport if you are vaccinated. It would appear this is standard protocol throughout the airports in the Philippines. If you're unvaccinated, however, you will be swabbed upon arrival and then swabbed again after 5 days in the quarantine facility.
Oh.
Okay. So if they quarantine, if they are unvaccinated, obviously it's a lot more complicated.
Yeah.
But basically they have to quarantine in an approved hotel for probably about 7 days.
7 to 14 days. There is actually they have quarantine hotels specifically set up. And I would also add that the Cebu Mactan Airport has had a big redesign, and they've built a testing lab inside of the airport itself. So it's a lot more convenient than it would have been in the past.
Do we have any information on the wait times if you have to get tested? Probably not yet, huh?
No.
Depends on the facility.
Yeah.
You should be prepared to be patient, though.
Yeah.
So, and we don't really know what kind of a surge of tourists there's going to be. Remember, for 2 years, the airports haven't had many travelers.
Prepare
Okay.
to be patient, I would say.
Don Marco, do we know what airlines are currently offering international services to Cebu and Davao?
Mostly these are well-known airlines, Philippine Airlines, and also I think Emirates, Eva Air is operating.
Oh, they're opening up. Mm-hmm. What I heard last week is just only the Philippine airline is offering flights. So now they add up more. It's convenient. Yeah.
Hopefully, actually, it's the 10th there right now, right?
It is indeed.
Oh.
So the first tourists are probably arriving today.
More than likely.
Yeah, we have clients. I have clients already who have flights tomorrow and the next following days for individual introduction. So And
There's a
individual
lot of
club
guys.
tour, so don't worry about that. Don Marco, go for it. Yes.
You know, the airlines were going to be looking. A lot of them canceled their flights because there was no international tourists. So, but over the weeks, as the country opens up, we expect a lot of them to start adding back flights. So, you know, if you're looking for flights, you got to pretty much keep looking and looking. There should become more available. All right. What's next?
Oh, so yeah, Denmark, I have a question. How about our ladies there?
Well, they're doing fine. Yeah,
How do
they've
they
been
trip?
hit hard by the pandemic at first, but then here comes the Typhoon Odette. So some of them were displaced, some of them were unable to be reached because there was not enough signal here in Cebu. But right now, I think slowly the livelihood of the ladies here is going back.
What's life like there now, as far as restrictions? You know, transportation, going shopping, stuff like that. What's it like there?
For shopping, if you're going to malls, establishments, they usually require you to have a vaccination card. So you cannot enter establishments without them. Most of them, not all. For transportation, it's a little difficult because of the recent tragedies that happened. Mostly the fares has gone up, so some of the ladies find it hard to travel, even from home to work and vice versa. It's very hard to do.
Okay.
So like the ladies from the provinces are slowly coming to the city?
Yeah, some of them lost their jobs during the pandemic, and I don't. Not all companies have resumed getting more employees, so some of them were laid off, so they have to go back to their provinces. Hopefully, some of them could still find some jobs here in the city.
Is there something you want to add up, Daniel?
Well, I would just say that, yeah, in the city, you can still find stuff like Grab and taxis. Public transportation is really difficult. Yeah, like Don Marco said, you can't go into shopping malls, restaurants, and stuff like that if you're not vaccinated. This is expected to change a little bit in Cebu anyway on February 14th when the government issues new regulations. But there's a lot of high-level government officials actually calling to make the Philippines to be endemic status rather than pandemic, which means endemic means basically we're just living with it, as opposed to pandemic, which means something we're actively fighting. And the National Task Force Against Infectious Diseases is actually drafting a plan specifically to deal with COVID-19 as an endemic rather than a pandemic. So it's entirely possible that the government response is going to change in March, and the closer we get to summer, the more things are going to open up a little bit. At least that's what's in the news anyway. So
Just
hopefully,
pray, guys.
yeah. Hope for the
So-
best.
Much closer back to normal, and we also have the elections coming.
Yeah,
Yeah. Good
that
luck.
probably helps.
That probably helps,
Yeah. That's gonna, and who knows, but we're hoping that puts pressure on the government to kind of get back to normal, and it seems like that's kind of where they're headed. So, and we wanted to talk about, this is a good time to talk about our group tours.
Yes. It's postponed.
I know a lot of you guys are waiting to hear what we're going to do on the group tours. We had a tour coming up here in March, I think, to Davao, right, Don
yeah.
Marco? We had it scheduled for Davao, Don Marco?
Yeah, March.
Yeah.
This March.
Okay. And we kind of put it as postponed on our website. We really need to see, you know, just because you can travel over there doesn't necessarily mean we can pull off a group tour because there's a lot more to it than appears on the surface. Can we have gatherings, so we're trying to sort through that. Trust me, we're as anxious to get back to normal as you guys are, but just be patient. We're going to be working on that and kind of waiting. There's some pending government announcements that we really need to know what direction they're going before we start committing. But hopefully it's not going to be long before we can start doing our group tours. Can still do the individual club tours and of course the introductions if you're over there and whatnot, but still working on the group tours, so be patient with us. We're trying.
Yeah, we're doing our best. So Don Marco, do the women have any reservations about meeting the men now, considering COVID, and what might be the difference before COVID?
No, the women still have the same preference. I mean, they are as anxious as we are to have the guys here come here and meet them. So yeah, they're just waiting here. We're just telling them info about what's happening and when we can resume our tours here and everything.
So, Daniel, when the men are returning to the U.S., what are the requirements to re-enter USA?
Well, air travelers, regardless of nationality or vaccination status, are required to show documentation of a negative viral test taken within 1 day of going back to the U.S. So they're literally going to make you show that to the airline before you board your flight. So that's all U.S. citizens, permanent residents, all that. So yeah, that's the requirement.
So where do they get these tests, and how much is it going to cost? Because you got to get them right before you leave.
Yeah. Well, as far as getting the test, you can find the antigen test in most pharmacies. You can also find them online locally, Facebook Marketplace. Prices vary, but they're typically between $6 and $20 equivalent. The Mactan Airport, thanks again to their on-site testing lab, offers outbound testing for all passengers. The antigen tests there process in 2 hours and come in at an equivalent of around $20, or 900 pesos in the local currency. They also offer the RT-PCR tests, and those at the airport process within 24 hours, and they're at a price of around 3,300 pesos, or around $65. So you can actually pre-book all of that through their website. So theoretically, you could actually, stay in Mactan on a day or two before your flight, and then get your test, and then get your results, and then go on your flight, theoretically.
Is the U.S. government going to accept those self-tests? Do we know?
I don't know about the antigen test. I would go with the RT-PCR just to be safe. It's considered to be the gold standard. But the Mactan International Airport does offer antigen tests according to their website.
Right. We should try to check into that. I know everything's kind of new right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Excuse me here. Don Marco, you have another engagement, I know. Do you still have a little time, or are you getting pressed?
Yeah, I still do that.
Little time? Okay.
Yeah, that's. I have this question because I have clients also calling about the ladies. So they've mentioned, how about the new ladies that are coming, new profiles? Do we have those? How was it?
The new lady?
Yeah.
Right now, we are just adjusting to the new normal. Some of the ladies sometimes can't come to our office to have their self-registered, so we just register them online and they send us their pictures, and we do follow-ups that they could come to our office someday, while others could still travel to our office and have themselves registered. So in a situation where our guys could visit here in our office, we just let them know that these ladies are the ones that should.
Yep, that's some of the concern from the clients. But anyway, we're doing our best to make sure that go ahead. To make sure that we have ladies available, of course, when you get there. Don't worry, you guys who are scheduled for our individual club tours, you'll meet Don Marco soon in Cebu to get you settled down and help you out with the meetups of the ladies.
You know, jumping in here, sorry, dear.
It's okay.
By the way, nobody said anything, but I'm Rob, her husband.
Really?
Yeah. Not just some
Yes.
idiot sitting here. Well, actually, I am an idiot, but I'm sitting here.
A little bit. It's okay.
Yeah. Anyway, but it occurred to me we didn't introduce those.
Yeah, it occurred to
behind
me
you.
too. Actually.
Yes, the
I
real
was waiting.
person.
Who do we have in there?
On this side, we have Carl, video editor. Right behind me, we have Marvy, SEO, and then Gene, SEO. And I apologize for not introducing them. I should have done it sooner.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah. And by the way, I don't care if you guys marry Carl, but you can't marry the girls. They're on our support staff. And every time somebody comes over there, they marry our staff.
Yeah.
And then we got to go find new staff. So
That is
Yeah,
specifically not
as
allowed.
beautiful as they are, again, I don't care about Carl, but as beautiful as they are, we need to keep them on staff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that happens to Don Marco, right?
They're
In
there
the
for moral
offices.
support.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like normal, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I can attest to that.
Like,
So guys, there's a lot of beautiful ladies are members, so choose them,
Yes.
not our staff.
All right. So there's another recent event that we wanted to get to. And Don Marco, if you're running short on time, just let us know.
Yeah.
But let's,
yeah.
let's address
So on December 16th, just before Christmas, Cebu has hit by Cat 5 Typhoon, which is Odette, also known as Rai worldwide. There was a lot of change or damage. So let's talk about that.
how's Cebu recovering? It's been what? Almost 2 months?
It hit December 16th, actually. So.
Yeah. So I don't know, Daniel, let's start with you.
Well, I mean, it was pretty massive. If you looked at it on the radar, it pretty much swallowed all of Cebu Island. 400 people passed away, unfortunately. Ton of damage. According to the Red Cross, like 1.5 million houses were damaged, and the monetary damage was about $800 million. So, it was.
Some of that video there, the very first part of the video that Kirk's running, you see a building there that was damaged. That's actually our support office is in that building.
Mm-hmm.
How about your office, Don Marco? Did you manage to come through that okay, or?
Yeah, fortunately, there was no damage in the building, our office. But there were some problems with the residences of our staff, so we really had some difficulties. Our members were badly hit also. So until now, there are still parts of Cebu that is still recovering. Some of the ladies can't be reached because some parts still don't have cell phones, and internet.
Do you now operate in the office or home base for some of the stuff?
I just come and go in the office in the home. Part of the reason is that I'm just being careful because I have kids at home and still have the pandemic.
Fortunately, our support office was spared damage, but we were without power for 39 days. It took to get power back on, so we had to have a lot of people working from home in other locations we could find. But overall, the city's getting close to back to normal, no major issues.
Well, I mean, yeah, we didn't have power for over a month, and something like 7% of the city still doesn't have power. The internet is spotty at times. You know, you're going to see some knocked over power poles and some plywood here and there, but you know, things are largely getting back to normal as much as they can be.
Okay.
So since you guys know all those informations, but if you want to have a copy or a link of all the informations we've got right now, you can just email me at afacebu.ronna, R-O-N-N-A, @gmail.com. It's afacebu.ronna@gmail.com. I will going to send you back the links and list of informations with pertinent informations. Yeah, sorry. So are we going to do our question and answer now?
Yeah, I think so. You know, a lot of this information we gave you guys, it's kind of fluid. And again, email Ronna. She'll give you some good links. She'll email you back some good links. You guys really need to, stuff can change daily. The travel requirements, you got to keep an eye on it yourself. So email Ronna, she'll give you some good links, and before you travel, be sure you're verifying things yourself.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So Don Marco, bye. So Don Marco has some appointments to do, so thank you so much.
Thanks, Don Marco.
And we have another guy who's the newcomer.
Who's that? That's another one you can marry if you want.
That's one of our OG video editors.
Guys. Yep. So thank you so much, by the way, Don Marco, for having here to come over here, have time with us. Well, we'll do our question and answer portion now. Oh, what happened? Yeah. So for the first question, here is from Dennis. Dennis says, "Hi, Ronna. For those of us heading to the Philippines over the next few weeks on individual tours, what advice and suggestions do you have as we head out? Also, how do we go about finding some of the boat or sailing event that we see usually on the group tours?" It's actually for the group tour, it's the island hopping, right? Pretty soon.
Yeah, island hopping, couple different things we do. You know, I don't know, Daniel, stuff like that is, you know, the boats and catamarans and the entertainment, basically, I know they've been hit pretty hard.
Yeah.
Because a lot of that is tourist based, but are they going to be able to be operating? Can they do that?
Well, theoretically, the Cebu City provincial government, which is where most of that stuff comes in, they're a little bit more relaxed than the Cebu City government. And the governor of Cebu, Gwendolyn Garcia, is actually, she's really interested in tourism and promoting tourism back. So I'm sure as many of those businesses as possible to be open will be open. Because they're
First of all, Dennis,
they're really wanting.
Okay. First of all, Dennis, yes, we congratulate you that you'll have a future travel soon in the Philippines. As for the advice, dear, what you can suggest before his departure to the Philippines?
Well, make sure you get a life raft or a life vest if you're going on the boats.
What do you mean by departure?
Yeah, you know, Don Marco's going to take care of you and our staff over there. We got so many guys that have been waiting so long for this to happen. Again, just stay aware of the travel requirements, even while you're over there, because you still got to leave. Be a little patient with us, because things are different than before. Trying to get a hold of the ladies, the Typhoon and different limitations. So you got to have a little patience with us, but we're working hard to get back to normal, and trust me, you'll have a good time. And hopefully meet
some beautiful ladies.
Special.
So aside from the documentations that you need, your passport, your birth certificate, your valid IDs, and 48 valid 48 hours, 48 hours, right? 48 PCR negative result,
I believe it
if
is.
you're vaccinated or not, depending on if you're vaccinated, then it's very good, or there's no hardship on the quarantine, like that. And Dennis, don't forget to email me. I can also send you an email and the links of all the informations you might need during your travel or your before departure. Dennis too says, getting excited for my trip and starting to hear from some ladies that that office has been in touch and they are excited to meet as well. Yes, of course, the ladies are so fed up with the situations they have in Cebu or in Davao, but of course, it's their chance to meet you, and probably you're gonna meet your future wife there, of course. So let's I know you're excited. Here's from Edwin. Hallelujah! Finally, after 3 years being with my fiance, finally I'll be able to get in Cebu to marry her. Oh, and to be with her family. Amen. Yes, hallelujah to you, Edwin. Good luck. I know for sure it's gonna go well, and good luck. Yeah, invite us. Would be happy to share your story someday too with us and cover your not the financial, cover your video at least and show us to AFA.
We do, by the way, offer free wedding video in Cebu.
Yes, in Cebu. So we have our guys out there who's doing really good videos. So
Share
here
your
is
story
from-
and share the lechon.
Yeah. Daniel will be will accommodate about that. Here's from Malibu Ken. On other dating sites, women can choose the age range of a man they prefer. Cebu women has no such option. I don't want to waste time or letter or on money that have no interest in guys my age. What can you say about this, dear? It's beyond it's your experience.
Yeah, I see his
About Ken.
point. Actually, never thought about that. You know, I was going to refer to our age difference, but
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
I
I'm
know
proud
I
of
can do
it.
I don't know if I want to.
We already know, dear.
You know, I mean, if you're 60 years old and you want to date an 18-year-old, actually, some of them would be open to it, but we don't recommend that. But I will say about Philippine women, generally, not entirely, but across the board, all women are different. They're generally open, much more open to a substantial age difference. Some of them even prefer it than most of the other countries. There's a 30-year, which you can probably obviously see, unfortunately.
For real?
30-year difference between us, but we've been
handsome.
married almost 5 years now. So I get your point. I don't really know how to answer that specifically. However, you know, if you're in your 50s, I always tell men, be open-minded to ladies in their upper 20s, 27, 28. You know, you start to get a little younger, there's a lot of differences. Because women are still, I don't want to say growing up, but they're experiencing life. So the best thing I can tell you is don't be afraid of approaching women that are maybe 20 years younger than you.
Or 30 years younger than you.
Well, that wasn't the plan, but that's kind of the way it worked out.
Yeah, because of course you'll never know. Ken, I advise you to go there and don't spend money on the letters or anything. Just save your money to go to a tour or to just be there in the Philippines and meet the ladies. Because you're already in the same page where the women are looking for a long-term relationship that it can lead to marriage, and same goes to you as what you wanted to. So just be sincere, meet them, and you'll never know what happens. The worst thing that could happen to you is meet the wonderful or beautiful ladies and just have fun.
We always recommend not spending a lot of money on letters and just saving your money to get over there.
Yeah.
I mean, you just can't replace meeting in person. There's no way. But guys want to send letters and explore things. And I would say just right away, be upfront and just ask flat out, are you open to a man my age? That way you don't carry on.
Waste time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't waste your time, and at the same time,
Right.
the ladies won't waste your time if they're not interested to you.
Right.
So just move on and find some other ladies that you might be interested in and that might have a spark with or a chemistry.
That is a topic for discussion.
Here's from Mark Smooth. Hello, Mark. I feel like I was let down by a Filipina after what happened to Eileen. Mark, I think you've been sending letters to Eileen for the past few years now. So what I advise you is that don't let that situation or that experience let you down. Just be there or go to the Philippines, and you'll never know, because we have lots of guys some of guys who has been sending letters to this particular lady, but at the end of the day, when they met the lady, there's no spark. So the feeling is different. It's like awkward, because no matter how close you are during letters, it's still different when you meet them in person. So you'll never know. Just give yourself a chance to have courage to meet the ladies, or have a backup plan, of course. That's what we always do. Here is from TDK. TDK says, women's profiles should state their age preference for men so they don't waste each other's time.
We just covered.
No, we didn't. It's from TDK. So what I said, TDK, so women doesn't want to put their preference. Only few of them put age preference, like as what I saw on my old profile before here at AFA. I put on my preference, which is 30 to 45 years old. But I end up 60 years old. But you'll never know. That's why you'll never know what happens. Because even if he's at the age of 45 years old, if I don't feel like I love him, if I don't feel like we are going to match or click to each other, then it's still never gonna happen, because you're looking for a marriage, not just a girlfriend or boyfriend, or just a trophy girlfriend or trophy wife like that, or a husband. You're looking for a long-term relationship, right here. So see, I even never know that.
I was a consolation prize.
No, you're not. You're the champion.
The ladies can put that in their description if they want to. And I think we might even ask them that, but most of them don't put it.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Most
But
of them,
again,
they don't put
That's
it.
a good point.
They
for
don't
discussion.
want to put a hindrance or a limitation. Of course, they want their option to wider, and they want their options to at least, because you'll never know. You'll never know. You'll end up having feeling with a 70 years old guy or a 25 years old guy. So they just don't want to put age on that.
I would add that Rob is a trophy husband. That was my interpretation.
Yes, man.
Yeah, well, coming from you, Daniel, that means a lot.
He's a good guy.
I hired that guy, believe it or not.
Here is from Leo. Leo, 35,000 US dollar insurance policy. What do you mean by this?
That's the payout. That's not the premium. The premium so essentially the payout of the insurance would be up to 35,000. But what you're actually paying is in the range. I believe it was somewhere between. I think it's over 1,000 pesos, somewhere basically between $20 and $100, something like that. So you're not paying the 35,000. 35,000 is paying out if something were to happen. But yes, the insurance is required.
That's a requirement?
It is a requirement, yes.
So that's basically medical insurance if you get COVID.
Essentially, yes.
It has to cover
your
COVID.
Yes. I'm not sure if it's specifically for COVID. I believe it's just traveler's insurance for if you get sick, according to what I read. So you can get it actually in the Philippines, or you can have traveler's insurance from when you're coming overseas. The main thing is you have insurance that will cover the cost of your health care if, God forbid, something were to happen to you.
That's something we should look into, because if it is required to cover COVID, guys got to make sure they have that.
Yeah.
So we'll look into that.
From Ace Bachelor, Philippines, March 2022, Cebu City. Yes, our March tour for individual introductions and individual club tour is open, but unfortunately, the group tour has been postponed. But anytime, Ace, if you want to go, just go there, then you can. From Malibucan, nobody asked that question here on the live stream. The entry qualifications are available on dozens of other cities. It's true, right?
And doesn't, which one are we on?
Here. Live stream.
Dozen of other sites. Yeah, they are. You got to be careful. Some of these third-party sites aren't exactly getting things right. That's why we said email Ronna. She'll give you some good links.
Yep.
I've gotten some really bad information from some third-party sites. So, but he's right. There's a lot of resources out there. You can research yourself.
They generally go with governmental resources. They'll typically be more credible than like travel blogs or something that is trying to get clicks. They don't really care about the credibility.
Yeah, definitely. The government websites, the problem with the government websites is deciphering exactly what they're saying sometimes is a challenge. It's nice to have a simplified version. But again, it's the government, so that's going to be your best source.
From Leo, what is a valid vaccination card considered valid? For example, I had my last vaccine June of 2021. So what's the valid card?
I haven't read anything specifically about when you were vaccinated. From what I read, it just said you had to have in the U.S. CDC vaccination card. So a vaccination card that would be either from the CDC or would be recognized by the CDC in the U.S.
From TDK, which the Cebu and Davao tours were scheduled back to back, so we can do both on one plane ticket. What can you say there?
Well, yeah, we've actually discussed that before, and we still discuss it. One problem is those group tours are a tremendous, I don't want to say strain, but they require a lot of staff and a lot of planning. And we've kind of shied away from that for that reason and a few other reasons. It may happen someday, but it really puts a lot of stress on us to run two back to back. And the other thing is, it's so easy. You're doing, let's say you're going to Cebu for the group tour, and it really is easy to just pop down to Davao if there's some ladies that you want to meet there. It's like $100, $150 for a round trip plane ticket. It's about an hour flight. You pretty much go up, you go down, and we got our staff there, pick you up. So it's really easy to get to one or the other cities and meet some ladies there. But again, we have discussed it. There's reasons we don't do it, but we may do that someday. So we were starting to do that with Thailand, where you would do a tour in Cebu and then go to Thailand. But Thailand is an entirely different staff, so that made it a little easier. In any event.
From TDK, will Davao women attend a Cebu tour? Unfortunately, they won't be able to. It's because aside from their availability and also the flight, most of the parents won't allow them to do those travel, right? Dear?
Yeah,
But you can.
You could. I mean, if you want to pay for the plane ticket and lodging and stuff like that, we've actually done that before, not very often. And reason being, it's so easy for you to go down there. A lot less expensive, a lot easier for her. So I really wouldn't recommend it. I'd just pop down there yourself.
Yes.
And meet her. Yeah.
Aside from you going to a different city and experience it yourself. Here's from Mark Smoose. Do you think I will find a Filipina if I go over? Oh, Mark, of course. If you're going to there, it's not 100%, but at least you go there and you'll never know what happens. It's just that you go there, meet the ladies, and see where it goes from there. Well, we can't sure like it's 100%, but we have 80 to 90% success rate during the guys going to the Philippines and do the tours. Just be there.
Well, as you read that, I guarantee you, you're going to meet a Filipino.
Yes, not just Filipino.
It's the Philippines. But you know, guys, I know what you're saying. Our success rate is really high. And again, we tell guys, don't write tons of letters. Just get over there. Now we finally can. We couldn't do that for 2 years. But, you know, I can't think of one guy that's ever told me he regretted going over there, whether he met somebody or not.
Yes.
They have a fantastic time. They meet a bunch of wonderful ladies. Not all guys are going to meet that special lady the first time anyway. But you normally, at worst case scenario, you're normally leaving with some ladies of high interest. So, and a lot of guys get engaged. So.
Yeah, because for example, you go there for a group tour. So in a group tour, you will meet more or less than 200 ladies. Aside from the clients are only we can only accommodate maximum of 25 to 27 guys. So there's a lot of ladies available. The ratio is very high for the women. We usually do 7:1. So imagine how many ladies you can meet there, and it's a rare or a small percentage that you're not gonna meet the special someone for you. So you just have to be there and experience the socials for yourself. Just go watch the videos in our YouTubes.
I would say to that there's, no guarantees in life, but we put you in the best position possible to have that moment and meet your wife.
Yeah, that's great, Daniel. How about you?
I'm not sure about this. Do I know Mark?
Yeah, Mark is one of my valued viewers.
Asking if they will meet me in Cebu on a group tour, which probably will. I'm not sure that should be the reason for going, but if it is, then
yeah, usually Rob's there for the group tour, so I might be there. Depends. So we'll see. Here is from TDK. CDC says avoid the Philippines even if they open. Okay, what can you say about this, Danielle?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, the CDC is overly cautious with these kinds of things. I would say, you got to make your own decisions regarding when the Philippines opens. But yeah, I mean, the CDC, they're a health body, so they're prone to caution, I would say.
Well, we can't say don't listen to their advice. But
think of the pros and cons.
For context, and this is amazing, if you take the landmass of the Philippines and the landmass of Arizona, and you can look this up, they're almost exactly the same. Arizona and the Philippines as far as landmass, square miles, whatever. It's so close, it's shocking. But in Arizona, we have like 8 million people. In the Philippines, they have like 108 million people. The COVID cases in the Philippines or in Arizona are like 10, 12 times that of what they've had in the Philippines. So my point is, I don't know, things get exaggerated. I'm a little bit worried that now they're opening to tourists. There's obviously, you can expect it, probably going to be a little bit of a spike, if not more. I just hope the government doesn't have sort of a knee-jerk reaction to that. But again, we can't tell you not to listen to the CDC.
From Brian, now that the Philippines is open, will there be a social in August to Cebu? Yes, August. Yep, we have a scheduled group tour in August in Cebu. So hopefully the government will not change about their travel protocols, and I mean they won't close the border again. So, but August is looking good, right, Ian?
Yeah, we're hoping by August we'll be all good to go.
Yeah.
So, and again, we're still considering what to do in the meantime.
From Mark Smoos, I am just going to go over with no expectations. Yep. So yeah, just at least expect to have fun, Mark. Okay, since you already traveled miles and miles away, have fun meeting beautiful ladies, have fun with surroundings, with the beaches, and Philippines can offer, because we have this motto of there's more fun in the Philippines.
And you know, I've been around this since the beginning, 27 years, and the guys who go over there with no expectations are the guys who do the best. You know, some guys go over there and they put so much pressure on themselves. They obviously they want to meet somebody special, and we get it. That's why you're going. But they just get all this anxiety. Are they going to be successful? And it's kind of like they're putting all their chips in one basket. The guys who go over there with no expectations are the ones who do the best, because they're relaxed.
Yeah.
So
no
that's
stress.
a great attitude. That's a great attitude.
Yep.
Take advantage of it and just enjoy it.
So that's it, Mark. From Leo, all the requirements to enter the Philippines. I am still not clear on the insurance policy requirements. It's Daniel.
The insurance policy, from what I've read, is you have to have just like a basic type of medical insurance with up to 30. I think it's up to 35,000 of coverage. Now, what you're paying for that, it's kind of like when you get insurance on a rental car. So, you know, you pay the insurance on the rental car is like $20, but then the whole car is covered. It's kind of similar to that. It's just like kind of like travel insurance. I believe, well, no, I'm not going to say that because I can't remember for sure. But yeah, you just need to look into traveler's insurance, and you can get it on this side, but I'm not entirely sure about that.
From TDK.
Yeah, we'll find out more about that.
Yeah.
I think actually, a lot of the airlines might offer that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. We need to look into it.
Yeah.
Because guys want to make sure they have the right stuff when they're traveling.
You can email us, Leo. Here's from TDK. Fully vax means booster or no booster? No booster, right? As long as, like for Johnson & Johnson, fully vaccinated is 1 shot. And for most of the vaccination company, it's 2 shots, right? So as long as you have 2 shots,
Yeah,
and it's
Pfizer.
considered.
That's a good question that I've had myself. I'm vaccinated and Ronna's vaccinated. Before I go over there, I'm probably going to get the booster just because, just in case. But my understanding right now is fully vaccinated is normally the 2 doses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whatever is considered fully vaccinated.
It's whatever the CDC considers fully
Right.
vaccinated, according to your vaccine card.
And this is something else we should look into to verify. That's why I keep putting out that little disclaimer. You guys got to check before you go yourself. But I don't think the booster is required.
From Leo, what is a valid vaccine requirement? For example, sorry, I already read those one. Where am I? What is stuff? Ooh, dear. Where is it? Sorry.
Boy, we got a lot of questions.
Yeah. So from Mark's Moose, what if the staff is looking for a foreigner? What can you say about that stuff, dear?
We can't say
Oh,
too
no.
much about it.
Especially
we
the
have to-
ladies over there at the back.
Yeah. I mean, we've had guys marry their translators, their what we call buddy over there, their assistant, or different staff. You know, it happens.
Please help us.
We just have to put more ads in and hire more people.
Yeah.
We prefer you don't do that.
It's hard, guys, because we have to start all over again and train those ladies that are really good at what they're doing. Yeah. So.
Should put some kind of a surcharge on that.
Here's from Bango. What about unvaccinated travelers like me? I can't get in? What about this, Daniel?
You can get in, but it's quite a bit more complicated. You'll have to, as of now anyway, you'll have to quarantine in a government facility, which I'm not clear if that's on a quarantine. I believe that should be a quarantine hotel, but I'm not 100% certain on that. But you'll have to quarantine in a government facility for up to 14 days. You'll have to get swab tested on arrival and swab tested again after 5 days. So if you're unvaccinated, it's more complex, and it's going to take a lot more.
My understanding in a nutshell, if you're not vaccinated, you're going to have to quarantine.
Yes.
When you get there, they're gonna test you.
Yes.
And you'll have to have reservations at a government-approved hotel, which is no big deal because there's a lot of them. So different hotel, and you'll get tested again on the 5th day.
Yes.
And then when that results comes back, they're saying about 7 days. Then you move to a home quarantine for another 7 days.
To complete the 14 days.
Yeah, and again, this is like just coming out. So this is stuff that we need to verify. Today's the first day tourists can enter the Philippines, so I'm kind of disclaiming everything. And we need to do more research and actually see what actually is happening as they open up. So. But that's my understanding. So if you're not vaccinated and you're motivated enough to quarantine for a couple weeks, then and home quarantine could be your hotel, or it could be a condo or wherever it is.
Airbnb.
Yeah. So you may end up staying in the same hotel you're quarantined in.
So Bango, if you really want to go there and you don't want to be vaccinated, if you can do that as long as at least you have a month to stay there, because it's basically 2 weeks of quarantine and you're wasting your time about that and money. So think about it. If you have, then go. Here is from Mark Smoos. So I might not be able to go over with a group tour this year. Mark, you can actually, because we are the August group tour and our October group tour is looking good. So you can sign up for that. Just do the open reservation, which is the $475, which gives you a slot, reservation slot for the upcoming group tour.
And again, we're still exploring our options. This is just all new. So there may be other opportunities. We don't know yet. We just need to see how things pan out.
from Leo, we have been waiting for this show and you do not have important informations we need. You do not seem to have answers to questions you should have anticipated. Dear, what can you say?
Not sure what he's talking about. I mean, you could put the questions in here. Ronna would be happy to answer them.
Here.
Well, but what are these questions?
Yeah,
I
basically
mean, we're happy to answer any questions and you know, just trying to clue you guys into what the requirements are going to be now.
That's what we
to the
have.
best of our knowledge and what life is over there now after COVID and a typhoon. So, I mean, if there's questions we're missing on that topic, please let us know. We'll try to address them. Although we're running out of time.
For Mark Smooth, Ronna, you are a very lucky lady to have met Rob. Yes, I am. Right?
He is.
Yeah? Yeah, we're both lucky to each other. So, Mark, you
I'm
know
not sure
us.
who the lucky one is.
You, I'm sure I am. Here is, yes, Mark. So you'll have your special someone someday too. Don't worry about that. From Malibu Ken, you never thought about that? Stunning. You may not work like that. However, I'm sure 95 of the women on your site would not agree with you. About what, Mark? Malibu Ken is stunning.
Keep it still, talking.
Here, Mark Malibu Ken.
You never thought about that.
Stunning.
Stunning. You may not work like that, however, I'm sure 95% of the women on the site would not agree with you. I don't understand that question.
Yes, can you elaborate,
Yeah.
Ken? Oh, age gap. Oh.
Okay.
Oh. So, yep.
Okay.
Can actually, yes, you'll never know because women in the Philippines have different views in life, have different views on what she prefer. But there's a lot. We already have a lot of testimonials and a lot that I can see that it really works. That age doesn't matter when it comes to relationship, when it comes to romance, especially when you're looking for a long-term relationship and possible marriage. It's not because it's just the age gap that you prefer that they're looking. It's because there's a pros and cons in dating a older foreigners or older Westerners. They just look for that you are as a older guys, they can offer loyalty, they can offer stability in the future and the family. They have a lot to offer actually. So don't just close your windows and doors about meeting ladies, meeting younger ladies. Right, dear?
Yes, dear.
Where are you going?
Wrong.
Where are we going?
I'm
Where
not
is
sure.
it?
I was
Here.
trying to find. We're kind of running out of time here. Are you still there, Daniel?
I'm here.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry.
Thought we might have lost you. Okay,
Oh, there.
well, we'll have to wrap this up pretty soon here.
Yeah, so
See anything else there? You know, guys, Ronna answers emails. If there's some questions we missed, and there likely are, you can email her directly. She'll try to answer your questions. That's what she's here for.
here, one more question from Lonnie. Do you verify that the ladies have had their COVID vaccine shots? What can you say about this, Daniel?
That would be more of a Don Marco question than a me question. I'm not entirely sure about that.
At this time, to my knowledge, I believe that we'll ask the ladies if they've been vaccinated, so we know. But we don't require it. If that's a concern for you, then we can address that question. Some guys may, for safety reasons, prefer to only interact with ladies that have been vaccinated, and if that's kind of the way you feel, then fine, we'll address that. But we don't actually ask all of them unless there's a need to.
Yeah, so for one last question, sorry guys, here is from Darren. I have planned on coming to the Philippines and was bringing several single men with me, but I and others aren't vaccinated, neither do I believe in the vaccine. What can you say about this, Daniel?
I would say, you know, if you're really committed to this path, then as of now, you know, you can do it. It's going to be, you know, it's going to be a little bit interesting going through the protocols, and that may change in the future. But if you're really committed to this, there is a path now to being here in the Philippines.
So Darren, just letting you know, it's at least 2 weeks quarantine. So
And as things are right now, if you're not vaccinated, excuse me, and you know, we get it. There's a lot of people don't want the vaccine for whatever their reasons. You know, unfortunately, the government looks at it a little different. You know, as it is right now, you can't get into shopping malls unless you're vaccinated and all that kind of stuff, even if you do go over there in quarantine. But those kind of things, we're hoping in the next month, sometime by March, I think they're going to be backing off a lot of that stuff where you don't. Do they have to? I keep hearing this face shield stuff. Do you have to wear face shields?
No, they phased face shields out a couple months ago, something like that. They finally decided it was silly.
how about the mask? Is it still?
Masks are still mandatory in a lot of places, but yeah, the face shields were ridiculous, so they finally recognized them as such.
See, even in more current information, I keep reading about having to wear these face shields. So you gotta make sure you're getting accurate information, which is always difficult.
So guys, we're going to wrap everything up for tonight, and for more, sorry about some of the questions that we haven't read and answered. For more questions, please just contact me at Philippine Hotline 623-570-8505, or you can also email me at afacebu.ronna, ronna@gmail.com. Don't forget for more questions and informations. Thank you so much for watching our live show. Thank you so much, Danielle. What's your name again?
This is Carl.
Tell your name, Carl.
Schultz. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Carl.
Next.
Hi, I'm Marby. I'm Jean.
Thank you. And what's your name? His name is Rob, my husband, don't forget. So yes, thank you so much for watching.
Something exciting too now as things are loosening up and opening up. We're hoping to have much more, you know, we got past the typhoon. We've got a new video hostess there that we just hired who is, I think, going to be great. So we're going to try and have more content coming to you guys, start getting some of the ladies in our studio now that stuff is starting to get a little bit easier. So we're hoping to be bringing that to you in the coming shows.
Yeah,
so
we're doing our best and great things for you to send every information that we have to you guys. So just be patient, and if you're planning to go there, if you already had our individual introductions and individual club tour, then we're happy to, of course, welcome you here and in the Philippines. So we appreciate your interest in our company and services. We will going to see you again on February 23rd, next Wednesday. Have a wonderful evening. Guys, say bye to our viewers. Thank you so much. Have a great, wonderful
you gotta talk,
day.
because they can't hear you. Say
Goodbye.
bye.
I'm Finn.
Okay. Thank you.
Good night.
Hi everyone, my name is
Good morning.
Rosie. I'm 27 years old. My ID number is 171232. Bye now. I am an honest person, kind, I don't have work, I'm the one who is taking care of my daughter. If she go to school, I will be the one who will fetch her and then bring her to a school. If I have a free time, I go to a gym to have some workout. Love to cook, and in the evening, I cook the dinner and we pray at 6 o'clock prayer. I am looking for a man that is caring, understanding, loving, honest person, kind-hearted man, and will accept my daughter. If I've given a chance to migrate in another country, then I would love to. I'm hoping to meet you here in Philippines. Thank you. Bye.
Hi guys! It's me, Jenna Marie, and my ID is 183440. And hello to you, Miss Ronna. Today, we have something really special for you. We're going to take a jeepney ride with some lovely ladies. Jeepneys are a uniquely Filipino mode of travel. They are the primary public transportation method in the Philippines, ridden by millions every day. Among those millions are the charming young women joining us today, all of which you can meet at our socials in August. So, let's hit the road and see what the beautiful women of Cebu have to say.
Our concept today was a simple one. We just wanted to get together with some of the ladies of AFA, travel through Cebu City, hitting some of the most famous landmarks, and ask them about their daily life and what they are looking for by joining up.
Hi, I'm Irma. My ID number is 186897.
Hi, my name is Joanne. My ID number is 187503.
Hi, my name is Anjali and my ID number is 186805.
Hi, my name is Marian. My ID number is 187505.
Hi, my name is Danica and my ID number is 187511.
My name is Julian. My ID number is 187510.
What is your work and what are your goals at your work?
My work is production operator, and my goals in work is to nice performance.
I am a real estate agent for the past 80 years, and I want to become a broker.
A production operator. My goals in my work is to work hard to become a successful, regular worker someday.
Why did you join AFA?
I joined AFA to meet my future husband.
I joined AFA to meet or to find a future husband.
I joined because to meet my future husband.
Why is family so important to you?
For me, I believe family is very important. It's because family always stays together and forever.
For me, family is wealth and need to be treasured. They also give love and support.
Family is important to me because whatever happens, family is always here for me.
What is the most important part of a successful relationship?
I believe first and foremost, open communication, because communicating with each other can lessen the problem in the family. Second, love, it should be present. Third, understanding and respect each other.
For me, the most important in a successful relationship is to put God in the center of the relationship.
A part of a successful relationship is to trust and communication to each other.
Why are you looking for a husband?
To share my life with.
To have my own family, kids, and that live together.
To have a family.
How do you see your future?
I see my future 2 years from now to have a successful husband. To be a good wife to my husband and being a good mother to my future child.
I see my future as a good mother to my children and a loving wife to my husband.
What would you like to say to the guys out there that are thinking about coming to the socials but haven't signed up yet?
They should sign up and know what's really in the social.
I am inviting you to join and sign up so that you can meet beautiful, sexy, loving, caring, and down-to-earth women in the Philippines. Thank you.
Hi to the guys out there, come and join the socials and have good conversation.
Next up, we wanted to ask these gorgeous girls a few questions together as a group. Here's what they had to say.
Why are you interested in meeting foreigners?
Foreigners are very open-minded.